What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot, man. Lot to talk about.
Actually, quite a bit to talk about.
What are we drinking?
In the glass. You know what? Nothing special today. Just a little bit of Old Forester, 1911. Yep. You know.
This is what we had the other night, right?
It is what we had the other night.
This was nice. It was spicy.
It was spicy. You know, it's funny because you drink all this other stuff, man. Like the Woodford Doubled Oak, and you got the Buffalo Trace and whatnot. You know, you go back to something like this, and it's like, man, a little extra spicy.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah,
definitely gives you like some of that. I don't know what you get out of it. It's real peppery, almost like orange peel as well, spice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So they caught Charlie Kirk's killer, Tyler Robinson. Nobody really knows anything about him. He won't talk, but apparently he does. He does dabble in the. You know what I mean. So they arrested him after he was turned in by his family members, right? His
father turned him in.
His father turned him in. I believe the father
urged him to speak to a youth minister.
To speak to a youth minister. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then youth minister turned him in. Additionally, they find out that his tranny roommate and or lover had a bunch of incriminating evidence against him as well,
mm-hmm.
and spoke up. And who knows if they them did it to collect that $100,000 that they were offering. Okay, so
all right, well, let's start over.
So the roommate lover has a bunch of incriminating evidence, including some messages on Discord.
I can't. Hold on. Sorry, dude. Sorry. Oh, dude. All right. I think let's start over a proper intro. That way we don't start laughing.
Okay.
Right. Hey, everybody. Mike and Joe from Spike Life. Got an update on Charlie Kirk, a few other things. It has been a busy and sad couple of days. There's been some new developments. And there's been a lot of noise. I mean, who knows what's actual fact and what's actual fiction? We don't know that.
No, so they did, they caught Charlie Kirk's killer, a 22-year-old college student by the name of Tyler Robinson, which I'm sure you've read now. And he was turned in by family members, specifically his father, who convinced him to speak to a youth minister, and then the youth minister who had ties to the sheriff's department. And then he was turned in. And then currently he's refusing to talk and confess. However, his roommate / supposed lover, you know that story, also turned in some incriminating evidence that was posted on Discord by Tyler, supposedly confessing to the crime.
Interesting to note how quickly the movement got too serious there. You know what I mean? And turned his lover in.
Right. Now, did the lover, my question, turn him in because it was the right thing to do? Or did the lover turn him in for $100,000 that was offered for the bounty on his head? Which begs the question, are liberals capitalists? Did they see a business opportunity and take advantage of it in the interest of good moral character? So who knows? We might not ever know that. But supposedly on Discord, there were messages about a drop point for the gun. And the FBI is currently linking into what they think might be a deeper network of people that may have been involved. Which
you and I alluded to before. We talked about that the last time we sat here. But it's funny because we mentioned everybody to go check out Hagman PI. And Doug Hagman is the one who actually suspected that. Even before Bongino and those guys even came out with it, which I heard today.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So again, I'm going to plug, Doug Hagman, Randy Taylor, over at Hagman PI. Check them out. The guys are just on top of their game.
Right. Supposedly, 11,000 tips came into the FBI, which led to the capture of Tyler Robinson. Again, there's a lot of things about the entire investigation that didn't make sense leading up to it, and even now are still kind of up in the air, such as, when they caught suspect number 1 and then released him, and then they caught suspect number 2 and released him. Why? I'd like to know why, first of all, those people were detained and then released. Like, what made them assume that those people were the subject, the subjects? I don't know. It's kind of bizarre to me.
I think that might be a matter of obstruction.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? Again, it's at this point, it's hearsay. It's yet to be confirmed. But there were reports about how there were some obstructionists in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in fairness, if you're an FBI agent or law enforcement and you're trying to get control of a situation, and you get some idiot ideologue out there, maybe hindering people from either getting away or coming in somewhere, or just creating a distraction. I'd apprehend them. I'd consider that obstruction, wouldn't you?
Yeah, for sure. And that would make sense. There's other details about, them finding the gun that was dropped in the woods. There's details about the inscriptions on the casings. And not saying that that's irregular for, what I would assassin would do, but why not show the public pictures of those shell casings? There's just a lot of things that I feel like they're not being completely transparent about. And that's not to say that I think Tyler Robinson is not the killer. I do actually believe that he is. But there's also the now there's the news of the Trump administration digging deeper into domestic terror networks like Antifa, for example, and trying to dismantle those. And then there's the cease and desist letter that George Soros' foundation received, which, why is that interesting, Mike?
It's interesting. This is juicy. So it's interesting because, look, everybody knows that Soros' foundation has been bankrolling and funding a lot of these operations. Now, look, they've been connected with, well, it's a proven fact. He's admitted from his own mouth. He's bankrupted nations by messing with their currencies, for one. Mm-hmm. And you may say, well, that's not, there's nothing, terrorist or combative about that. Well, okay. Let's get to some of the people that he funds at the grassroots levels, whether it's governor races, whether it's state senates. All of these radicals that he actually funds always push the same agenda. And it's a matter of record. They were. I don't know if law enforcement or the Trump administration is putting the feelers out there, or maybe it's soft disclosure, but they were given a cease and desist letter to stop funding a lot of these violent protests or whatnot, or a lot of these disruptive grassroots movements. Now, for those of you who are going to comment, that's fine. Kick me in the nuts. I don't care. Protesting in a peaceful manner is 100% American. Letting your voice be known is free speech. Again, 100% American.
When you spoke about how when you, quote, do these little experiments with countries and currencies that you collapse, you know that people are hurt, but you find it, and still quoting, I don't know, fun. Wow. That's a different kind of fun there that I've never really understood at all. But
yeah, he was given a cease and desist letter, and the statement they put out, I'll put it on the screen right here for you. Yeah, check this out. Very, very curious the timing of this, don't you think?
Yeah. So for those who may not exactly know what George Soros does, he made his fortune being an economic predictor. Which I don't even know what the official title of that is, but that is his job description. where you would make calls on a country's economy and basically place bets against it.
While manipulating the currency.
And then making a fortune off of it. And that's how he became powerful and influential. So that's a fun little fact to chew on, but you can do your own research on that one. So
yeah, I mean, he's been on record for saying how he'd like to dissolve the borders of North America. He's been very proactive in trying to upend anything that President Trump tries to implement. Again, starting at the grassroots level. So do your own homework on it, sure.
So something else I think is worthy to mention is the unbelievable meltdown across the country of all these fine moral folks who are being fired from their jobs for celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk on social media and in the workplace. Here, we're going to show you something real quick. Try not to laugh.
Charlie Kirk's assassination. This man lost his job at Microsoft.
I said some things on Blue Sky and on Threads that I'm sorry, not sorry for, but I said them and I deleted them when it was requested that I do so.
Too late.
By my employer.
Too late.
And then today on a weekend,
Oh.
I'm told that I am no longer employed at Microsoft.
You poor man.
After 6 years.
Damn.
Building the diversity, equity, and inclusion department from scratch.
Oh, shit.
I lose my job because one of you, some random person, reports my posts
Politics?
to my employer, goes out of their way to find out where I work and takes my job, takes my security away from me for a thought.
Why risk your job?
An opinion, and you talk about freedom of speech like you care about it.
It's not freedom of speech.
And you're just going to take my money, my life, my food off my plate because I don't like Charlie Kirk? That's not okay. It is not okay to target me because I felt joy that day. I can't help how I feel. I felt joy.
Sometimes you keep those things inside.
That's me. That's what I believe.
Sometimes you fuck up Friday.
That's unbelievable. I don't mean, that's a lie. I mean to laugh. All right. On a serious note, I will say this. Did you people forget the last 5 years of cancel culture? Where
they invented cancel culture.
Well, that's you took the moral high ground, right? And you thought you were doing the right thing. You were helping society by getting this guy you didn't agree with fired. Remember that was a thing, right? You remember the Washington football team? Do you remember the Cleveland Guardians? Remember all that? So I got to ask you, what person gets up in the morning and says, you know what? I just can't go on with my day. I've lost so much sleep. I want to change the name of a fucking football team because I'm a good person.
Yeah. What about, let's just go back 5 years here. What about all the fine men and women in uniform who were fired from their jobs serving the country for refusing to take the vaccine? What about all the people in the medical industry who were fired for not taking a vaccine? For people who wanted to make their own educated choice.
Yeah, you canceled them.
They were canceled. So now it's, boo-hoo because you lost your job for being a dickhead.
Yeah,
okay?
Basically, that's what it boils down to. There was another story that, it's like, when I was a kid, you trusted an elementary school teacher, man, to guide you, to teach you, to show you things, to teach you wrong from right in a certain sense. You expect them to be like a role model for your child,
yeah,
right? Look at the statement this lady put out. And this is unbelievable. Let me educate you guys a little bit on what it means to be a Nazi. So, little known fact about he and I, our grandmother God rest her soul, she passed away back in 94, was a Holocaust survivor. All right?
Her name was Selma Klein.
Right. So my mother, who still lives over in Europe, is the eldest of all of her siblings now. My mother lost 2 of her siblings during the Second World War to starvation. My grandmother tried to take a potato from a Nazi mess tent to feed her 2 starving children, and she was beaten to the point where she was blind. So, for you to sit here sipping your latte in your cozy country, looking at cat TikToks, all right, claiming the moral high ground, to call Trump a Nazi or someone like me who identifies with that ideology, who are you? The last I looked, the Nazis extinguished 6 million Jews. I am for Israel. The current administration is for Israel. Again, preserving 9 million Jews. The guy's son-in-law is a Jew. Not to mention, for you progressive Christians that are out there, don't forget, if you curse Israel, you will be cursed. God honors his word above his name. Take that to the bank with you.
Yeah. Wow. So, if you're watching, hey, listen, going by your own set of rules here, remember that hate speech is not free speech. Okay? So, what else we got to talk about, Mike?
Well, I say on a lighter note, bro, what's in your pockets?
Oh, let's see.
I mean, we are still an EDC show.
Smoking Lucky Strikes. These are my broke day cigarettes. I've got a Bic lighter. Over here in my right pocket, I have a Benchmade Bug Out.
Nice,
with
classic.
titanium scales and this really nice Lynch Northwest clip, which
Sweet.
I prefer way better than
They are nice.
the standard clips that Benchmade usually.
Yeah, shout out to the guys at Lynch Northwest. You guys do a great job.
Yep. I have a Big Idea Design baseline bolt action pen.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
Black. And that black is nice too.
That is nice, man. They do the
I've got
anodization is
my-
really cool.
Rustic Heirloom Hitchhiker wallet. It's my favorite wallet with a titanium bead. I always carry.
I like that patina on there, man.
Yeah, right. I always have a black bandana in my back left pocket. I use it for a lot of things. I only use black. It's basically always been like my calling card. But I use this to wipe the sweat off my face when I'm working, or to blow my nose, or to quickly tie something up if I need to and I don't have cordage.
But to not wipe his face after he blows his nose.
Right. Over here, I usually keep this in my back right pocket as well, but it's kind of uncomfortable to sit down with. But I've got this Caltech KS7 and 12 gauge.
How'd you
Pretty nice piece of hardware.
how'd you manage to fit that in your pocket?
It's tough, I usually have to go down one leg. But
Yeah, so it was real minimal.
it's unloaded, by the way. What about you? What do you got in pockets?
What do I got? Well, I'm always because I'm half blind, so I'm always rocking the Carbonox Type S Blaze for a wristwatch. Of course, we've always got our Shema bracelets on. Okay. What else do I got? I got knife. Oh, I've got the Demco Shark Cub. This one's got the smoked Ultim.
So beautiful.
Yep, the smoked Ultim on there is a Blade HQ exclusive. So it's a good little knife. What else? Oh, my wallet. Probably my most carried wallet to date is the hitch and timber, flat jack. It's in black.
And we both carry the titanium
We
beads.
both carry the titanium bead.
Awesome.
Yep, it's a good wallet. What else? I got a. Oh, yeah, I got the Raylight Pineapple Mini in titanium. Oh, I guess you can tell we're brothers. I also carry a bandana, and no, it does not mean for all you social justice warriors out there that I'm actually a Crip. It's red. It's cool.
Yeah.
Actually, this was a gift from you. This is the Death Wish Coffee edition. So that's what I got.
Cool. Well, thanks for watching Spike Life. Past couple episodes, we've just been unloading on you, but we do have some really cool material coming up, so stay tuned, including our upcoming podcast, The Ward and the Watchman. Can't
wait for that one.
Topics are we going to be discussing on that, Mike?
So cool. We're going to be discussing prophecy, how it fits in. Does it exist, and how does it apply to today? All that weird stuff, man, that you get looks at work, or we're going to be talking about aliens. We're going to be talking about supernatural things, paranormal things. Stuff that you've always wanted to get into, but you're afraid someone's going to call you a weirdo. But I always thought it was cool.
Yeah, definitely. If you ever listen to things like Coast to Coast AM, it's basically going to be centered around things like that, but from a biblical worldview.
100%.
So thanks for watching. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, share with your friends and family, and never apologize for being a man.